It is 4:30 in the morning and we are going to Vegas. And over there, I'm going to be picking up my Avata 2 because the shipping was like way shorter. Let's do this. And there you have it. That's pretty much it. Comes with everything that you need. It's the drone, it's the controller, which is like super tiny. You get the brand new goggles right here, strap for your controller. You get some extra props. This is for the top part of your goggles, covers for your lens thingies. And it does come with a wire. So this comes with a total of 3 batteries that are all neatly put inside this charging case, which is actually pretty good. That's like a big plus. But so much to the unboxing. I gotta charge this bad boy, start it up, and take it for a flight. So there's one thing that it does not come with. It does come with the charging wire, but not with the block. So the block apparently is always that you gotta pick it up these days. I mean, it's normal for cell phones, for drones, for any type of electronic these days. They're thinking that you already got the blocks. And comparison-wise, the new one, the new Avata 2, is a little bit thinner. The battery is more centered. The best part is that your SD card slot is accessible. Not like that crap that they had the last time where it was literally in between the propellers. These arms on the other hand feel a little bit more flimsy, and they're attached to your body, so it's like a complete set. So if you break these arms, you gotta exchange this entire frame, which kind of sucks. I don't know why they did that. It's part of the top body piece, sort of, which I'm not really a big fan of, because if you crash this sucker and you crack the arm, you have to exchange the entire body. But it's made out of plastic, so how much can it cost? The new motion controller is way smaller, and it already has that probably for backing up, moving backwards. So which is kind of cool. I still gotta wait for the motion controller, for the regular controller, the FPV controller 3, which does not get delivered until 3 weeks from now. The goggles, on the other hand, are different in this manner, where this top piece here is the only part that sits on your forehead. It's very, very cushioned. A lot of people had problems prior to that where there was light leaking in from the sides because of these things, but you see how flimsy these are? They're like super flimsy. So guaranteed they're gonna rot away and they're gonna break. So you're gonna have to pick up some extra ones because they're gonna go bye-bye in a very short time, because that's super thin. Feels kind of like rubber from like a car seal on the side of the doors, just super thin. See how it flaps around like that? So it's really, really thin. Goggle wise, you still have these adjustments where they go back and forth, and then you probably can spin it to twist it, whatever, in order to sharpen up your imagery. And this time it has the battery already attached in the back over here. So when you look at this is pretty cool. So you actually pull it in like this to make it tighter, release, but the battery is already attached to this part. So because it's packed up to this part, you can feel the wires in here. They're kind of like going through this strap part right here. I'm kind of like having issues with this because it's not really accessible. So if this breaks and you lose connection because you keep moving it around and bending and kinking, we all know what happens when you kink and bend wires. So I'm kind of concerned about that. Plus it's integrated into your goggles so that you have to plug it into your USB-C right here, USB-C right here, in order to charge these goggles. So that means they give you one wire to charge your goggles or charge your batteries or charge your controller. And they don't give you a pack. those are just a little bit concerns about that stuff that I'm looking at this point. This front part is really, really nice. Like when you put these goggles on, that's the only part pretty much that sits against your forehead. Let's do it real quick. Oh, I'm gonna take off the glasses because this is how I usually do my stuff when I put it on. So you put on the goggles and it sits literally just on the forehead part, and then you twist this back part to tighten it up or loosen it up. Mine is all the way open, so, but there's barely any light leaks. A little bit by the nose part, but other than that, there's like no light leaks. It's slightly from the sides over here, these flappy sides. So if it's windy, it's guaranteed gonna open up. I don't know, they could have done a better job. Not a big fan of it. I'm a pretty wide face kind of guy, so not the best production, to be honest. It's gonna have a lot of flaws. Let's go to the functionality part. Charge these suckers up first. So that was my first flight with the Avata 2, and flight characteristic wise, she's very, very stable. It's very intuitive. Even though I use the regular stick, it's kind of cool to have that feature of the reverse, just in case you just end up somewhere where you can't go through, and then you just back up a little bit and then you choose a different route. But it was very intuitive. I don't know the area very well, so this was my very, very first flight with this. Very, very stable. Image transmission was solid all the way through, even past the house, even with the house in between, going over things. Goggles wise, field of view, I'll probably gotta do the settings. Everything right now was set to ISO 100, and I actually had to go over 1/2500 before I get the ND filters. With ND filters, you're going to be able to put a little bit more. This was recorded in 4K 60, and I have to say, it's great. The first thing that I've noticed starting it up is that it is very quiet. It's way quieter than the Avata 1. I actually enjoy it because it's not as high-pitched and annoying as the Avata 1, and I mean it's very, very quiet. Like it's a comfortable quiet. It sounds more like a Mavic 2 Pro or maybe like a Air 3 or Air 2S. So it's more in that range. But even that, the Air 2S and the Air 3 have a little bit lower pitch, while this is like in between. But it's not that high pitch frequency like the Avata 1. The one thing about the goggles is that you have to get used to it, that with the goggles, it literally just sits in the front of your head so that it keeps away from your eyes. I mean, from this part. Adjustments-wise, screen-wise, it looks great. It looks just like the Avata 1. There's one small thing in the bottom right where it stated the whole time, country code not updated yet. So I still got to figure that out. Until then, yeah, this is my very first flight, the maiden flight, and I'll definitely gonna make some more videos about this. And I'm waiting for Free will send me the India filters finally, and then I'll be reviewing those as well together with everything else. If you guys like this episode, please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell for more. Please don't forget, be a nice human. Definitely be a nice human. There's a lot of craziness going on out there these days. Make somebody else smile. It makes a big difference, and definitely pay it forward. Love you all. Aloha.